Situated on the tropical east coast of southern Africa, Mozambique has experienced exceptional economic growth in recent decades after over 20 years of devastating civil war. However, the country's future growth is precarious. It is high on the vulnerability to poverty scale due to the potential effects of shocks such as natural disasters. Recent examples are the devastating floods of 2000 and 2013. In the 2000 floods, over 2 million people lost their homes and 500 people died. 22 million of the country's 24 million citizens live either along the coast or the region's many large rivers, making them particularly vulnerable to storms, flooding, and droughts. And like all countries in the region, Mozambique is increasingly impacted by climate change, while its location makes it even more vulnerable.
We share 9 of the 15 rivers in SADC in southern region. We are at the end of the main rivers, so we are vulnerable for floods and for droughts. Our storage capacity is very low, so when the floods come, the floods wash up all the things, crops, damage bridge, the roads, schools and health centers, and so on.
These events not only create displacement, but can lead to extreme poverty due to a lack of government funds. Even worse, it can have a long-term impact on freshwater security for citizens and agriculture.
Water security is vital for all African countries. A lot of our economies depend on water. If we look at energy, if we look at agriculture, they all rely on water.
So when you're looking at climate change, water is the most impacted, right? And without water, you're ending up with droughts. And this impacts the community in that region quite severely. So in times of droughts, their livelihood and access to that means is severely inhibited. And in times of floods, they need to move. They don't have insurance, and then they're often needing to start over. So if they can be in a position where they're protected from this, they can start then building a better life for themselves.
In order to secure more stable access to fresh water, Mozambique plans to build.
If you want to build resilient for Mozambique, you have to increase your storage capacity. We have 104 basins in the country, and we have less than 10 major dams. So you can imagine how critical the issue of storage capacity is for us. And also the issue of the early warning system is critical.
So we need to develop infrastructure. That's what the government of Mozambique is planning to do now, to come up with an infrastructure that can store water to meet the demands we have in terms of water supply, irrigation, industry, and also other uses.
We are doing the master plan, water resource master plan for all the country. But now we are finalizing this document, but the issue of implementation now is coming to the table. How we will implement all the measures.
It is vital to consider the impact of future climate change on planned water infrastructure. One needs to build with unpredictability in mind. But this takes specialist knowledge and expertise that may sometimes be lacking.
Africa in general has inadequate capacity in many areas, and I'm talking about both human capacity in terms of skilled individuals and experts in different aspects of climate change. And with climate change, it brings in additional challenges that require quicker learning and new ways of doing things. And all these things require new systems of how to be able to respond and adapt. What is the knowledge required? What are the tools that are needed? So there is an urgent need to actually increase the capacity of African governments, institutions, as well as individuals.
And particularly looking at how you build the resilience of the communities, given the current and future climate scenarios. And it's not just about building the capacity of the person, but it's actually of the whole system. So even if that person is not there, the technical capacity is not lost.
Capacity building at community level is essential, and often people on the ground may know more about the problems faced and can be part of the solution. In Mozambique, workshops with local communities were conducted, which were facilitated and funded by the Climate and Development Knowledge Network, together with the Global Water Partnership. These workshops led to a number of successful water-related projects and solutions.
Some of the key results from the program in Mozambique in particular include participants being able to access funding, as well as to bring communities on board in areas in which they work, because I think community participation is vital for any intervention to work.
One example of the successful projects that resulted from the workshops is the work done in the Chamanculo Sea district of the capital, Maputo. The area is well known for regular flooding.
Então, aprendemos que era preciso primeiro fazer com que a comunidade esteja envolvida naquilo que são projetos de desenvolvimento da própria comunidade, que a comunidade se sinta dona desses projetos. Existem pequenas obras por parte do governo, que é, por exemplo, da colocação da terra batida nas estradas, em que a própria comunidade colabora e, inclusive, participa nesses projetos.
Estão a fazer as ruas, estão a reabilitar as ruas, então assim estão a minimizar mesmo as cheias. Com esses drenos já temos nota 8.
Os resultados que estão a aparecer é o respeito pela comunidade nos projetos que estão a aparecer dentro da própria comunidade. Este é o primeiro resultado.
Countries like Mozambique are dealing with challenges such as funding for the repair and rebuilding of damaged water infrastructure, as well as growing the infrastructure and human capacity required to create resilience against climate change. This is vital, as water security has a far greater impact than just locally and just water.
On a micro level, the ideal is water security, but that is linked to so many other things. For example, energy security, food security, and ultimately just general security for people and the region. And it all starts with water security.
From my experience, it's been tremendously successful, especially the impact with which this initiative was able to make a difference in a very short period of time and help in terms of knowledge management, increase the knowledge output out there. I think the results are everywhere for everyone to see. So an initiative like this, in my view, needs to be supported and continued.
It's about bringing collaborators together. People don't work in the same space. Climate change is not an isolated issue. In the longer term, our support in terms of the capacity building program will hopefully, I think, contribute to the development of Mozambique as a whole. And the deliberate focus on institutions and not only individuals. I think we'll start to see some changes in the future, which hopefully will lead to attainment of Mozambique's development goals.